Hello folks, I'll take a look at this Dow Jones for we posted yesterday. This is a chart we're looking at. Um, you'll see in a minute, it didn't quite work out as I was hoping it would, because the time cycle just out by a couple of bars, but actually I was looking for a spike down to this 786, or and then we'd have had everything just about spot on. As it is, we didn't get that spike lower. It decided it was going to hold the 61% retracement. And somebody's asked me a question. If you've downloaded my trading plan off my blog site, we talked about, you see a nice setup like this. You can enter on a 4 hour chart. The problem with the 4 hour chart, if you look at your average true range, which is I use an ATR 14, which is the 14 periods. All it does is measure the average price swing of the last 14 candles, and in this case it's a 4 hour chart. Now the ATR on the Dow is over 200 points on a 4 hour chart, so that's quite a big stop. So I like to try and get in for a little bit less risk if I can. There's positives and negatives coming down the time frames. The first thing is you could be stopped out a couple of times before you get the ring. Yes, you're getting a lower risk entry, but your risk being stopped out a couple of times before you actually get the runner. But the same can be said, you can enter on the 4 hour chart with a 200 point, 250 point stop and still get stopped out. So, so it's down to you. I like to come down to the lower time frame. So what we'll do, let's have a look at a 2-minute chart and see what unfolded in this area and see if we can see something we could use to enter. So this is a 2-minute chart, and you can see this was the low we made. It made the low at just before the European market opened at 8 a.m. here at UK time. And we started to rally, then we came back down. What's interesting here, we came back down. This is the highest high between these two swing lows. We took that high out, tested it a couple of times, broke out, and here it's come back and tested its support. This is an area you could have looked to get in. I would have been probably trading the DAX, something like that, at this time, and look at the Dow when the cash market opens. But you can see a beautiful ABCD, tests this high over here, so you've got a double top and it starts lower, and you can see we came back down, and again we tested the lows here just before the US market opened here at 2:30, tested the lows again, so made like a double bottom. So this was a nice bit of a range to trade. It were the high around about 640, 645, the lower about 49, 140, 150 pip range there. For anybody that likes trading off range, and then we had this nice wide ranging bars. We took out the highs. If we just scroll in a little bit, you can see the trend. This was the big sell off. Then we made this new low overnight on the 10th, and you can see it's looking like it's trying to make some sort of a bottom pattern around here. We went there low, made a higher low, another higher low. And all we needed to see, if we break above here, we've got the two higher lows. If we can get out of here, this has got a chance. All it might do is an A, B, C, D to the upside. That looks like it's completed here. So you need to be aware of that. So the actual trend is still down. All this swing is just about equal to this swing, isn't it? So you need to be watching. So I'm waiting for the cash market to open. So if you zoom back in a little bit, we know we're looking at this pattern here. This is what we're trying to trade. If this works, if we've potential for an A, B, C, D to the upside, if it's really bullish, worst we could get a swing equal to that, which was about 400 pips or so. So we're looking for a low risk entry, and then you could get more follow through. So back to the 2-minute, and the cash market is opened round about here. Go forward, you see usually it gets a bit choppy around the open, and you can see we've opened here. What's interesting me is that now on this is these lows here. If I just drag this, put a new line in, bear with me. These highs could be significant, okay, because that's resistance, broke through it, it could come and test the support is what we're looking for. So let's have a look what unfolds. There's the open. You see we've bounced down, sharp bounce higher. It can get a bit choppy at the open, so you like to wait. Like Larry always says, first 30 minutes or so is amateur hour. on the Dow. He also likes to just take a watching brief. So what we're looking for, you don't want to be buying it up here, not straight after the open anyway. So let's see if we can get some sort of pullback and then look for an entry. A lot of traders might have bought up here, fear of missing out, but it's dangerous. Just wait, just sit on your hands for a little bit after the open, and this could be an opportunity. Here we are. Now, this might be all we do, folks. This might be the highs we get, and we're starting lower. So you've got to be aware of that. But this level here could act as support. So what I'll be doing here is thicken that up a little bit so we can see it. This level, just extend it out a little bit. Let's see where we are. Just extend that. There we are now. See what we're going on. Now, I've come into it once. What also I've got to put the Fibonacci on it. And that's the 382 off the low. We've got so we can start to look at if this supports down here. This has got a chance. We've got your higher lows coming in, and straight away you see it's bounced again a second time. So this will be resistance. It's now become support in here. So I'll be looking to be a buyer now. We've passed 3 o'clock now, so the speed bump should be sort of getting calm. I'd want to buy this right about here on this first green candle. You know what your risk is. Any move below 620 you're out, so it's about 50-55 pips. I won't risk more than that. You could even, if you wanted to be really aggressive, put your stop below the low, which was about 645, and risking 30 pips on this to find out if it's going to work. And then you're not out the woods till it breaks this high. Once it breaks this high, you can sort of think, well, let's make another high right now. I'll be locking below here. Now. Lock at least something in, and then see what unfolds, and let it go. Then off she's gone. Then you can start, if you want to be aggressive, you can start adding, but just learn to walk before you can run, and just have a look. Now that is a valid butterfly. Anybody that's into scalping, but now we look like, there we go, we've broken through, supported once, supported twice, and you should be in the long trade. Take this high out nice. You just lock your stops a little bit as you're going along. She's gone again. Another nice little butterfly there. So it's up to you now. If you're going on this candle, you're in at 680. You lock below there. You've locked 60 pips in there. You could lock below here now. You've locked in 80, so you've locked 130 pips in by now. So it's down to you how close you want to leave your stops. If you do 1.618, you might think that's good enough. There's 3 drives to a top. I might take that. It's down to your appetite for risk. If you're trying to think you're going to get a bigger runner, leave your stop down here. It's held it. It has held it. If you'd have moved it closer, you're out. But then And now we've got a trending day, folks. When you get these trending days, these little pullbacks are what we call gifts. There's 2 ways you can trade these. You can wait while it takes the high out. Add there. We stop here and move all your stops up there. There's different ways of doing it. And off she went for the day. But that were your safer entry. You could have entered it down here if you wanted to, but it's just still in its downtrend, isn't it? So you're going to get these bigger pullbacks because people it's looked like it's fishing for some sort of a low here. But that's a safer entry because what you've done, you've broken out here, tested it once, and you've come back and it's tested it a second time. More touches on a support resistance level, the more stronger it becomes usually. So the more touches on a line, the stronger it is. And you can see now we've resisted it, 2, broke through, tested it again, tested it twice. So that becomes a fairly strong piece level of resistance. Is 25,640. So and you see you could have entered that for 30 pips. Trying to get in down here. Yeah, there's a nice 3 drives to a bottom, but you're still trying to catch a falling knife, aren't you? It's dropping like a stone, and it's better to wait. for a pullback, higher lows, then you know you've got some support there, before you take the plunge. Some people like to get in, try and get these highs and lows. It's great, sometimes they work, but a lot of times you're gonna get, you buy here, then you're gonna get stopped out, buy again, stopped out again. You're just like swimming against the tide, aren't you? So yes, you're right. You could say, well, I've left 160 pips on the table. Well, it's better that than keep getting yourself stopped out. And this were a much safer area to get in, really. Still no guarantee, but there's more of a chance of finding a winning trade from this point than you are trying to buy it down here. So you just want to wait to see the market if you get a little bit of support, and then you're on your way, and that's turned out quite well in the end, didn't it? So hope this helps. Take care, have a nice weekend, and speak to you again soon. Bye for now.